passionate games between some players. So hopefully some big standout performances from a lot of players. And we are right back in here, map number 1, Hossie Hardpoint.
Here we go. P1 popping up. We'll see which team is going to be able to maintain control, get some control towards that P2 side of the map. Daddy Joe going to kick things off with that first blood. You know how it is. Could get some nice little Codcaster fixes today. I mean, we heard a nice little update came through. We'll see if it actually fixes some things. So far, things looking good. We can see the time for the hard points. Things are going down for us. The numbers all look pretty good as well. So we'll see if that stays on form for us here. But both these teams trying to fight it out for that P1. Pretty casual and pretty typical map as far as keeping this one very contested on P1.
I didn't even know about the Codcaster changes, so that's an exciting change for us here. You know, I was kind of coming into this expecting a couple nights of no time. You know, either there's more than 10 and less than 60 seconds left on any hard points. I'm excited to see that. It'll help out from the casting side. But so far, pretty even here towards P1. It's really all about this rotation to P2 and P4 here on this side for Hossie. So it'll be interesting to see which teams come out on top of those hills. So far, we kind of have a contention towards P2. A little bit mixy so far. No team has really established control just yet.
Yeah, you're going to see Boston Boygus in the back there, but number 1 player, Gun Puppet, trying to sneak around the back right now. Picks up that first kill while his teammates kind of get a little sporadic push towards the front. As you're going to lose a couple players on OGT, as they've got a little bit of a split push going on right now. Got to wait for those respawns, try to team back up. But Boston, 3 players stacked up towards that hard point, trying to keep this one defended. But Uper is going to push around the back, get that spawn kill all the way in the back. Another kill towards the front, as we're going to see Merc push through the front as well. One more player to beat, going to be close on those hedges. Doesn't spot him out, but no big deal. His teammates should get killed by him pretty quick there, so they're going to find him real soon. But this OGT team does get a nice little break. They should get a... never mind, they're not going to get any time at all, but the rotation coming into new should be very short is here.
Yeah, I mean, it's the caster curse all the time there with the people getting time. Old Guys Texas had control of that for a little bit. Unfortunately, not going to get a whole lot of time there on that break. Boston Burger is able to keep control of this scrap time on this and get rotation towards new, but quickly their reinforcements are falling on that side. As so far, Old Guys Texas are in control of new. The Boston Burgers have the advantage of here being a little bit split, and unfortunately, Old Guys Texas is picking up every single kill, so they're doing a good job keeping this hardpoint safe for now.
Shout out Gun Puppet, right? 9-3 right now, leading this lobby kill death right now, doing a great job. I mean, not the person we expect to be up there. No offense, Mr. Gun Puppet, you're my boy, but you know how it is. But he's doing a good job filling in for this team. But Boston Burgers, there we go. We get the kills back. We get the break. Gonna be on this time for now. We'll see if we can get some decent chunk time here. Up by 26 now. We'll see if they can get extended out. A couple players from OGT pushing through. The trades back and forth. Overall, gonna be a 2 for 2 on the map right there. You see Gun Puppet still trying to push on in. Picks up one there before going down. Gonna see this rotation of P4 as Boston secures himself that last 15 there.
Yeah, it's the second time in a row they're getting some of this scrap time. It's really crucial here on Hossie. Try to build yourself a pretty big lead. This P4 is really going to be a telltale sign. We do see 2 players of Old Guys Texas fall towards the middle of the map, so this could get a little dicey here for them on this hold so far. Epi able to get a couple shots in towards new. Reinforcements are coming in. He should be able to pick this up. Old Guys Texas Boston Burgers is fighting this out here towards P4. Old Guys Texas are able to come up on top, start to dip into this lead a little bit here in P4. This is exactly the time you want to do it. They're down by about 25 or so going into this P4. It's no big deal. They can pick this up on the back of Gun Puppet so far. 12-6. We talked to him a little bit beforehand, and we told him he either had to not die or he'd get made fun of on stream. And so far, he's not dying a lot.
Still gonna get made fun of on stream though. That's gonna be tough. But just like
100%.
that, bro, Boston break on through. They're gonna get that last 27 here if they can hold strong. OGT trying to get a quick little break on back here if they can. They're going to lose a couple players. Never mind. Clicks is going to pick up 2. Third one comes in from you. For the last 15 should be claimed to OGT. Don't get pieced up here. Be nice and careful, but the P1 Roto will come in here shortly. Boston have those preferred spawns as far as making sure they can lock down P2. I say that as Red Storm spawns all the way out Boathouse. So what are you going to do? But that P1 popping up now. We saw it very contested back and forth previously. OGT kind of came out on the back half of that as far as new spawns and time was concerned the first time around. Switch things up here this time. Oh, there we go.
And Boston got pretty lucky there towards that rotation towards P1, able to get some kills towards middle, establish some presence there. But right as I say that, Old Guys Texas are able to pick up 3 in the feed, get those players spawning towards that garden fence side of P3, and able to kind of control a little bit of time here on P1. They have some kills rolling in from the side of Uper here at top. Gun Puppet able to pick up the last player alive there. Rest of the players are off spawn, but they have given up this P2 spawn. They're reading it perfectly here as the lead is switching towards the side of Old Guys Texas, and Gun Puppet and Uper are just doing it for their team. Epi's the only one to make it out alive here top. He's going to put some shots down and just try to buy some time for his team as they are spawning out towards that P2 side. We got 15 seconds left on new. Start to look to these rotations, and Epi able to pick up a big kill towards lobby there, put some pressure on the old OGT guys towards P2, in Boston looking here to break pretty early.
I mean, yeah, you already see around the back Boston pushing 3 players through that back spawn, not really picked up by OGT, so it's going to be a pretty much free push through the spawn, but we're going to see that P2 push coming in now. Both teams kind of trading each other out. Click's going to stay alive just barely. Merc getting a nice kill towards the back as well. OGT going to barely hold on there. Boston had a solid first push. We'll see if their second push can come in a little bit better, but they've got a split 2 to the outside, 2 inside. Daddy Joe going to open things up with that first kill. Gonna get a second though on his teammate, which is not gonna be ideal, but the push into the hill happens. Epke gonna pick up the first, second massive kill. 2 best, one, not the best, but 2 absolute dogs over there on the side of OGT get taken out pretty early in the hill.
Yeah, and you know, we see Epi on that kill feed, 20 and 11 so far, 21 and 12 make that as he's breaking into this point with his team here. Man, I was able to watch him a couple weeks ago, I think, in one of the streams, and man, this guy is the real deal. In his division here at the CRL. So I'm expecting him to put up big numbers every single game for his team, and he's delivering so far. And the Boston Burgers able to take a lead coming in here to P3. It's going to be a little bit mixy of a rotation, kind of as we saw last time. We haven't seen the game really break apart. Both teams have been pretty even so far, so we're really looking for one team to kind of take a stranglehold in the game and see if they can do anything here. And this P3 to P4 rotation is probably going to be huge. So we can see if we pick up a lot of time for P3 if you're OGT. If you're Boston, just continue to break like you have. You've been doing a good job so far. The holds from OGT haven't been super great outside of that last P2 that we just saw. So if you're Boston, there's really no worry that you're not in. As Rayo said,
it's gonna be big for Boston, but Uber still trying to break back in. Daddy Joe gets a nice clean spawn out of himself there. So a little bit back and forth here. We see that classic checkerboard pattern across the kill feed. The secondary push coming in from the side of OGTs. They break back in here. Just trying to keep it contested, but Red Storm picks up 2 big kills, delays long enough for his teammates to get in over the top. Some more kills coming their way. As Merc just keeping it contested. Exactly what we love to see out of the guy. Doing a good job there. Is going to get another kill as well. Only a couple seconds left as the rotation of P4 should be in. These early kills for the side of OGT should help out. We'll see them get a little bit of a split going. 2 from the center, 1 from the outside. The number 3 player's got to clutch up right now, get that last kill. But Red Storm, absolute dog, does get taken down. Another 1v1 happening out towards that outer rock as OGT respawn players are coming in quick from the garage side of the map. You see Boston trying to hold down, do what they can, but Clicks, once again, just a multi-kill machine on this hill.
Yeah, he is doing his thing so far. He's got to pick up for the way to gun pup if he's not doing what he's supposed to be doing here. And Clicks is doing his job towards the front of hill. Daddy Joe able to pick up 2 from the side of Boston Burgers, though, making this hill a little bit mixy. Merc able to come in with a 2-piece of his own. If it's not Clicks, it's definitely Merc here on this P4. And Old Guys Texas are looking strong on P4s on this map.
Is that Optic Merc out there right now? Guys cooking, but the secondary pull. I mean, another push coming in from Boston as they get ripped up one more time as Uper now gets his double kill on the board. Both headshots looking clean with another couple players pushing in. 10 seconds left on this P4. This P4 is OGT gonna have themselves a nice little 20-point lead going into this new P1 about to pop up. The third full set of rotations coming for us here as we get reset. Both these teams gonna be fighting over P1 once again. Have a little bit of a back and forth. The first time around, Boston did a great job on it, and OGT did a better job the second time around. And just like that, Boston fighting very well at the moment, trying to pull off another good P1.
And I mean, we've seen this with Hossie, that P1s are typically a bit mixy, especially towards, I mean, unless the game is going to end on a P1, teams are typically not holding things. They're worried about rotations, trying to get control of the upper areas of the map. And that's kind of what we see so far. You see about 5 or 10 seconds or so at a time, just kind of swap between teams. Things stay pretty even. But Old Guys Texas, they are up by about 35 here. So any time that they can get here is putting pressure on the side of Boston to make an early rotation to P2. And if they don't get that rotation, they have to break. So we've seen some interesting crosses here happen towards that open side door. Clicks and Gun Puppet able to pick up respective 3 of their own. You see number 6 there. It's Skater, last alive towards this garden side, the savior of his team so far, and he is not able to do anything. Side of Old Guys Texas have this P2 side. The hit is coming from the front for the side of Boston Burgers. This is the time you got to go. We got 20 or 200 points on the side of Old Guys Texas. Boston still at 157. They're going to need a break pretty soon.
Yeah, one player does sneak through the middle though. Looks like that was going to be Red Storm, who picks up that first one, waiting for his teammates to get there. Skaters there. Red Storm with 2, Skater with 1. Skater does lose his life, but no big deal. His teammates have that time. They don't have the spawns, but they're not too worried about it now. They've done a pretty good job fighting from the wrong side of the map here. But a little bit back and forth. Got to watch out. That side hit is going to be a little brutal. But Epke going to pick up 2 more, looking for more. As Gun Puppet breaks on in, finishes that last kill, trying to help a little bit from the front. But Skater, once again, just clutching up for his team, keeping it contested, keeping it alive as he goes down. But, you know, that's how it's going to be. OGT. This one has been probably the most contested P2 I've ever seen.
Yeah, I mean, the P2s have not been a great hold from either team so far. Old Guys Texas are finally going to come out on top for that scrap time here. That's been Boston Burgers every other rotation before this. And the rotation for P3 comes down here to a 1-on-2 gunfight here. That is going to be Uper. He's going to win that for his team. Old Guys Texas are in. They need 25 for the win. Boston Burgers breaks have looked excellent so far in this game. And here is another break coming in from the side of Boston Burgers. Able to keep control. It's still going to be a little bit mixy here for the next couple seconds as spawns are a little bit wacky here towards Garden and Tin side. And so this gunfight's just going to come down here. It's going to be crucial. Old Guys Texas able to come up on top here with numbers on the hill. But right as I say that, Boston Burgers continuing to fight on this hill. This is mixy, and it looks like it's going to be coming down to a P4. So that rotation is going to be huge as we get here to the end point of P3.
It just seems like every P3 that OGT somehow slays out, but Boston ends up with majority of the time. But now OGT only going to need a little bit more time to win this one. 19 more seconds, and it's going to be over. So Boston Burgers have to contest every second possible, have to get their rotations as well. The Clicks here. Just doing what Clicks does best, right? Just staying alive, being super annoying in the hill, but is going to hit that rotation. They know they've got a pretty big advantage on the map. They hit the early roto to P4. They're going to be the first ones there. 19 more seconds and they take it. They've been very difficult to break on this P4. But we're going to see the push coming from the middle of the map. That's going to be Epke, this absolute massive slayer on the map. 32 and 28 at the moment. Picks up 1. 3 kills going the way of Boston Burgers. The break is in. They could clutch things up here. Not win, but you know.
Yeah, they could pretty much take it to a tie game here, and they need to be pretty much perfect. They can only allow 16 seconds here on this P4. Epi going huge through mid-map, able to pick up 1, put shots in the Clicks there and saying Clicks somehow able to find a second kill after being weak there. Make that a 3rd kill. Can he find a 4th here? No, he cannot. Red Storm's going to pick that up for his team. But the side of Boston Burgers are so far keeping this a game here.
I mean, keeping this a game indeed. We see them absolutely slaying out right now, doing a massive job. I mean, look at Daddy Joe Cook right now. I have to rename him to just Daddy at this point. Hey, gotta say what you gotta say here. But OGT, 16 more seconds, and they've got it. But Boston Burgers are going to keep this one awfully close. 10 more seconds on this hill. They got to clutch up these last couple. Red Storm picks up 2, looking for more. Has a little bit of team help. Has to wait for them to cross the middle of the map. But the last couple seconds, no big deal. Boston going to pick those. Sorry, OGT going to pick those up. Is Boston fighting over mid fountain now? Have to be careful. This has to stay contested in their favor. It looks like they're going to try to pull off a bunch of the time here. They've done an okay job on these P1s. They just can't afford for the side of OGT to pick up some solid time. But look at that. The scoreboard is looking great in their favor. The kill feed, not so much, though.
Yeah, I was going to say, this makes me look like a genius as I was talking about P1s being the last hill here. But as this side, Old Guys Texas are able to hold this pretty much perfectly. 2 to the win, and that is going to be the game there as we see a last-second contest try to come down from Boston Burgers. Old Guys Texas, I mean, really, it's those P4 rotations that I think won them the game there. They were there first every single time. They did get broke that last time, but those first 2 rotations to P4 really won them the game and give them that 33 point advantage towards the end.
Yeah, I mean, those P4s were just crazy, especially because, like, it felt like every player on OGT was just absolutely cooking on team changing happens throughout a season for the most part. I feel like it happens a lot, right? I think this OGT team just had, like, 2 players get swapped out, like, really recently. If I remember correctly, I think that's what we were talking about going into this. It's like, it's kind of a situation that's a little tough, right? I mean, that'll happen. I mean, what are you going to do? But round 1 is kicked off here. Both these teams ready to go. We see that bomb in the side of OGT's hands, making its way towards that A bomb site. Gotta watch out, though. That player top window, Skater, gonna rip some heads right now.
Yeah, he's going to really be the catalyst of not letting players get towards stage, and if they do, be able to put some gunfire down. Epi's playing here towards Hedges, able to get that kill on, I believe, the player playing towards A. That was Gun Puppet. Scoreboard still a little glitch there on that left side with the kill feed. Epi getting a little aggressive toward Hedges, able to pick up a 2nd on the round for his team, and they have the rest of these players trapped, and I think they know that here. Epi with another kill towards top, and another player getting killed towards that media side. So Boston Burgers doing exactly what they need to.
I mean, opening things up very clean, right? I mean, Epke here picking up 3 on the first round. But those front hedge players with the subs are so important on this map, right? When you get the top AR player just covering over the top, you see him get pushed in at these lower levels. We see these players get pushed in quite a lot and don't even really get like a damage trade-off where they get like a favorable gunfight for their next teammate. But when you got a player like Epke who's playing his life very well, knows when to go, knows when to stay, and getting some solid call outs in there for his teammates. Obviously, we saw him over there moving together, helping each other out. But that's gonna be 1-0 start for Boston Burgers. Is OGT now gonna be on the defensive side? Is Boston gonna start out on the offensive side here? Making their way towards that B bomb site. They do get the first blood. It's gonna be Daddy Joe taking out Merc.
I mean, Daddy's always there for one at least. We talked about changing his name. He needs to get rid of the Joe. He needs to be the Daddy, the CRL. Merc able to kind of act like his counterpart here in the CRL, or CDL, excuse me, doing exactly what he needs to with a great two-piece there. Youper able to pick up another. This is going to be Daddy Joe kind of left alone by himself. Was looking for the ace. Unfortunately, going to get found out there by one of those players. OGT able to tie this back up 1-1.
Hey, shout out to Merc, right? Picked up that nice little two-piece, cleaning things up. Well, opening things up quite a lot for his team there. They get pretty aggressive. Get themselves pushed in, get that last kill on Daddy Joe as well, and get themselves tied up 1-1. But hey, starting out down a player on that B push can be a little bit tough sometimes, right? When you're the defending team, but we do see a lot of teams clutch that up, push it back together. But I do want to point out that the kill feed is still glitched. Merc, he got that two-piece, and it did not say his name when they popped. I'm just saying, I don't want to be that guy, but they said they fixed everything. They fixed only a couple things. Hey, we'll take what we got, though. We'll take what we got.
I mean, you gotta at least take it with a grain of salt. It is Call of Duty. I mean, I don't know that we've ever really gotten a good update towards CODcaster ever. I feel like it's only been, especially in past years, just been detrimental to the health of CODcaster, and this year's been especially worse. But at least we could tell what the hill point or hard point time on that hill is now, so I'm excited for that. OGT able to really take this bomb site just by storm here. We see 3 kills coming down from the side of Boston Burgers now, and that's the round. Right, says we hear 1 gunshot, and that's kind of it. So that's gonna happen here on red card, especially towards that B site. So far, Boston Burgers able to keep the lead. Looking so far so good, able to win these defensive rounds pretty easily.
Yeah, pretty classic B site for sure. But yes, like you just mentioned, Boston doing a great job on their defenses here. But that one though, hey, OGT, I'm pretty sure they did get that first blood there. Hey, first blood for the team. That's a confidence booster, right? Merc cleaned up that first player, but they all fell very quickly after that. So, maybe it wasn't the best first blood of all time. Your teammate kind of got pieced up afterward. But that's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Now you're gonna get the side of Boston Boygas back on offense here, bomb in hand as they're up 2-1, looking to take a little bit further lead if at all possible. We're gonna see them get a little bit slower here this time around. Maybe gonna try to take this bomb, maybe A side, maybe B. They're gonna do a little feeler this time, but OGT just waiting for this to get pushed on in. I like no one getting too aggressive on this team. We do see that a lot in these lower mixed divisions where sometimes a player will decide to go a little rogue on defense and start to feel things out. Like that number 4 player we got right now, moving up the map, Youper, is gonna run into some pressure at the moment, running into a gunfight against Red Storm, who does end up winning it, getting the first blood for his team. Boston, numbers advantage.
Yeah, I mean, I think you called it perfectly. I think they're just waiting out for somebody to get a little bit too aggressive there. And that's exactly what we saw. They just waited their time. Once they get that kill, they know that player came from that B side. It means there's got to be less players over there. So they're going to take this B site, hopefully get bombed out. We got number 64 here, and Merc going to be kind of last person here to make that that defensive attempt. And Mr. Daddy's able to pick him up. We got Lun Lepid over here coming out towards Long, looking to make something work here with clicks. They're going to have to clutch up a 2v3 here on this B retake.
Yeah, Daddy Joe, look at him just sitting over in that corner, ready to piece these players up. Gets the first one, looking for Gun Puppet right now. Or should I say Lun Puppet? He's in a 1v3 right now. Takes 7.5 seconds to defuse here, and he's getting gunfighted up at the moment. Staying alive, though. Look at the movement out of Gun Puppet right now as he's up against Red Storm, who doesn't really miss many shots. Keeping him nice and weak as his teammates stay back, wait for this player to push in. I love this. No one's wasting their life right now. They're playing nice and slow. The number 8 player, Daddy Joe, following up the back, just a little bit slow here. But Gun Puppet gets that first kill. Not enough time to defuse, but maybe a little style points. Get another kill or something. This round is going to end here. It's Gun Puppet just laying rounds down before he gets taken out as Boston Burgers go up 3-1.
Man, I was thinking the exact same thing when you're talking about when Gun Puppet's laying outside there. No one on this OGT side, or Boston Burger side, excuse me, getting too aggressive here on either retakes or defensive routes. They're really just playing within their means, playing slow, doing what they need to, and it's working out so far for them. I believe that's up 3-1 here, as this Godcaster is still so messed up on that outro screen. But Boston Burgers, they're gonna be here on I believe the defensive side. That that's the first offensive win of the map that could swing things here. They've looked pretty unstoppable towards defense. I believe they've only lost one player, and that was off of a first blood in round number 3. So I'm looking for them to keep this rolling here. From the side of OGT, they're looking to hit this A bomb site, and the side of Boston Burgers are ready to combat this right away.
They kind of push them off that A side defense for the most part. You see this push coming in from OGT. They've got that top window covered. In a skater, pretty weak, but you're gonna have to deal with FT still down below at those hedges. He picks up that first blood onto Merc. Great first blood to get as well. Merc has been an absolute problem, but Redstorm follows up. So does Skater. Now a 1v4 for clicks.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see if he can make some magic work here. He shot his gun. They know where he's at. He's done a little bit of an escape here. Is going to work towards these side windows here. Doesn't want to break those and make any noise. With the submachine gun, this is going to be pretty tough to do. Bomb is down towards stage. He's got 35 seconds to work. He has been spotted out towards mid-map, and that's going to be it for him. Boston Burgers with another stonewall defensive round there, going up 4-1.
I mean, their defenses have actually been perfect, right? I mean, like, literally losing one player on those, like, well, 2 total now, right? That's it. Well, big, watch out, right? Big one there. But, I mean, shout out to the side of Boston here. Definitely setting up some solid defensive sides of this map. But now they're going to have to rotate themselves back on over to offense here, as they are going to be up 4-1. So nice little lead there. They are down 1-0 map count, though, as OGT did take that hard point. Got to remember that. So obviously this would be a pretty massive S&D round here. Well, S&D map to get if you're the side of Boston. The Boston Boygas on offense here. Taking things towards that A side a little bit faster than we've seen in previous times. You got to watch out for Merc, though. He's kind of hard charging through middle here, trying to get a little bit of an angle from that ticket booth side as he pushes up.
Yeah, I mean, so far, side of Old Guys Texas, it just doesn't seem like they can get anything working here on offense. Able to pick up one here. They get Epi down. That's really going to be the player that the side of Boston Burgers are relying on. Youper able to pick up one. Merc able to pick up another here. There's going to be Redstorm here in a 1v4. Can he make magic work here? That bomb is being defused currently. 2 players around. He's able to pick up both those kills, but that player defusing is going to secure that round for the side of OGT. You have that big of a man advantage. Just hop on bomb, and there's not really much that Redstorm can do. Really try to fight his way through there for that 1v4, but, you know, too little too late there, as that player's already on the bomb before he even takes that first gunfight.
Hey, man, I'll be honest. I've seen it probably a million times casting bronze mixed or bronze in general, where somebody sees their 2 teammates get pieced up. They're a millisecond from defusing the bomb. They're like, wait a minute, I got to go fight this guy. And they stop defusing the bomb and they go fight him. I thought maybe there was a chance. Didn't happen. I mean, thank God it didn't, but OGT, they clutched that up. Get themselves a nice little 2v4 here now. Well, 2-4 map. I mean, sorry, round count. But Merc, nice little first blood on the board there, which probably wasn't even Merc. It was probably someone else, but still, you know how it is. First blood for OGT as they take out Daddy Joey, and Redstorm is gone as well. So now 2v4. Massive advantage here. FT going to try to equal things out a little bit. Skater gets taken down. Now going to be a 1v3.
Yeah, we'll see what they can do here. This is the guy you want to clutch a 1v3. OGT really looking to make this a game. They were down 4-1, up 4-2 now. Or, sorry, still down 4-2, but they do have a 3v1 advantage here. Youper is going to get taken out by Epi. He's looking to take gunfights right away here. Unfortunately, going to get picked up there. But side of OGT, they're looking to make this a game here. Coming back with 2 in a row here. Let's see if they can get an offense working. That's been kind of their bane of their existence so far. They're able to pick up one here. We'll see if they can do it a little bit later in the game as well.
Yeah, looking good here. I mean, that's exactly what we need. Get that first blood on the board, get yourself pushed up, get some nice more slays out there. 2 rounds in a row. Looking for the side of OGT. Things were looking a little rough for a little bit there, right? But these 2 rounds in a row going to help just kind of cement things back on their side. Let them know, hey, we can still do this, right? They had some rough moments in the hard point as well before they kind of brought things back together as a team. So we'll see if they can do that again here going for further in these rounds. The Boston Burgers back on offense. We'll see if they decide to play it a lot slower or if they're just going to hard charge through this. Tickets out of the map, try to get themselves towards B. First gunfight going down. You are going to have what looks like going to be clicks. Never mind, Merc was there. It's going to be 2 kills in favor of the side of Boston as Merc gets taken out along with Youper.
Yeah, it's our favorite player here, left in a 1v3.
Oh, this
is gonna be a pretty crucial round for their team here, to not go down 5-3. But it's not the curse one. The curse is 5-2, or it's 5-3. I don't know. I really just hop on Call of Duty to play. I don't know anything about the game, as we've clearly seen with my casting skills here. But Lund Puppet unfortunately not able to win that one here. Boston Burgers up 5-3 on match point so far, looking to take a lead 2-0 in the series.
And they win their second offense as well. There we go. Pretty big. But, I mean, that opener over towards Ticket as well really helped him out a lot. I mean, Skater just kind of sliding in, taking out Merc. Actually, I think he took out Uper right away. But still, either way, same thing, basically. Skater doing his job for the team. But so far, Boston, that's their 5th first blood of the map, right? They have 5 round wins. Only one of those first bloods wasn't converted into a round win, right? So this team doing a very good job efficiency-wise at the start of rounds. And some tells me it's a little bit to do with Epi being 11-3.
I mean, when you have we have a player killing deaths, because this is an elimination comp, when they are 11-3, it's gonna make S&D real easy for you here. But when Clicks is able to pick up a 2-piece there, makes it a little bit easier for yourself. Unfortunately, gonna fall, gonna make this a 2v2. Boston Burgers looking kind of good here in this 2v2. You do have an offense, or sorry, they're on the defensive side. They've been pretty good on this side. They've only lost 1 offense so far, but it's going to be up to Skater in a 1v2. Can he make it up here? He spots both players over towards that B site. Looks like he's going to try to just back up here, play his life, and see if he can get a different angle here on these players attacking.
Yeah, Skater 1v2 pushing him at the same time though. Merc cleans up that kill, who once again I don't think was actually Merc because the kill feed is glitched, but still cleans that one up in OGT to bring the dreaded 5-3 to 5-4. So the 5-3 curse is definitely on the table still, Wolfie here. I think you were correct on that one. We're gonna be 5-4 now. So OGT bringing this one back nice and slow, right? Obviously, it's how it's gonna be. But now you're gonna have Boston. You know, they've been pretty comfortable in offensive rounds lately. So I'm thinking they're going to be just fine here as they're back on offense. Looking great. I mean, Epi still 11-4 now, right? Didn't pick up a kill on that round, but no big deal. Not going to sweat it here for this team. As round 10 going to be kicking off between these two teams.
You don't start getting nervous until round 11 here. Round 10, you're set at Boston Burgers.
You get round 11,
just want to hang out. Yeah, I mean, it's rough here. Clicks or whoever on that side picks up that kill.
I think it was
onto Skater. Honda Skater there. Uper on a 2 spree here. Can he make something? He does spot 2 players over there. Daddy Joe able to pick up another one to keep that a 3-3 game here. Uper finding shots towards that top. Epi able to pick up a kill towards mid. That player Hedges was kind of the one keeping them in the depth so far. So Uper able to spot a couple players here. Doesn't see the second player. They kind of cross at the same time. Is going to get a bit of a mixy situation here towards this A side. Uper getting aggressive. I like this play. He's going to spot out this last player as well towards Hedges. Daddy Joe, this is your time to clutch a 1v2 to win this for your team.
He get the bomb back, but he spotted out. He's going to get hunted down, and Uper is cooking. He picks up those last 3 kills for his team. Guy is moving around. He got completely lost there after both like individual kills that he got. So, I mean, the first 2 that he got. I mean, the guy was cooking. It says Merc on the bottom. I promise you it was Uber. I promise. Completely different player, all right? It's how it goes. Is what we're dealing with right now. We're trying our best, all right? But OGT, I mean, they bring it to round 11. Ladies and gentlemen, the 5-3 curse is not only on the table, it's looking like it might be a problem for the side of Boston.
I mean, this is where you need to clutch up. We kind of reached out to some of the teams that were playing tonight. Obviously, this was kind of a last minute sub, but a lot of the teams just saying they're super confident about their matchups, that they don't falter, they don't crack under pressure here. And this is the pressure you get. It's game number 2 in the first match of the night. You don't want to go down 0-2 if you're the side of Boston Burgers. Old Guys Texas, you don't really want to go down 1-1. You kind of want to keep that 2-0 high here, and you're riding the high in the match. So this is kind of everything on your side. You do pull the offense, which could be an unfortunate side, but so far the side of Boston Burgers just playing super safe, trying to let the side of OGT take that map, get that bomb down, and they'll play retake.
Ooh, RC card coming in. Gotta watch out. Uper spots that one out. Hey, the guy who's been clutching rounds up for the boys. He's gonna get a nice one there. Gets a nice gunfight off as well. Takes out Daddy Joe, staying alive. His teammates covering over the top as Clicks picks up a kill as well. He finally loses his life to Epi of all people. Big kill coming in there, but still going to be a 3v2. OGT have to plant this bomb. Uper gets a kill there onto Epi. Now Skater, 1v3 to keep his team alive. He gets that first gunfight, doesn't win it. Is Gun Puppet going to clutch that one up? And just like that, the 5-3 curse is in, and OGT win it 6-5 with 3 rounds in a row.
I mean, you gotta ice up when you can, and I mean, no better person to ice up than Mr. Gun Puppet here on this kill. I mean, he had other teammates here who probably would have killed him anyway.
Properly make it work for Boots. I know they did it in like World War II, right? They had like a version of it or something like that. But so regardless, we got our third map kicking off here. OGT up to 2-0 in the series, looking to close it out here on Control. They're gonna start things out on defense. Boston on the offensive side, trying to kick things off here. Looks like the initial B push coming in as Clicks gets that first kill. Looking for a little bit more here, so you got to be a little bit careful if you're Boston.
Yeah, you're on the attacking round here. You're taking a lot of map space, but unfortunately, no kills have fallen your way so far. We see Merc getting a contest here towards this B side. Kills able to come down. That is 4 players from the side of Boston Burgers going towards that B zone. Have some unfortunate timing there towards you. But, fights are going the way of Old Guys Texas. Boston Burgers really need to make something happen here. This is kind of the last player alive here. Everybody off spawn, but they are spawning towards well. This is going to be an instant response from the side of Boston Burgers. They're not getting far spawns, so this will be pretty mixy here for the next couple of minutes. This next wave is going to determine a lot on the rest of this round.
Yeah, but Merc all up in your face. We're going to see the Ninja Turtle, though he's going to clutch things up. That's going to be epi. The Ninja Turtle cooking on the map. You're going to see that turtle shell moving around quite a bit. But we did see the side of Boston get a little bit of a stack going. Oh, geez. Nice call out of Uper right there. Who may not have been Uper, but probably Uper. Skater with a nice one there as well. But this B push happening once again. We'll see if anything can happen. Click's going to try to shut that early push down there. Make sure nothing can materialize out of that. Because the side of Boston, a little bit spread on the map right now, trying to get any map control they can to get something going. They've got a player on A, but that player should get taken out quick, as he does. Not a lot of time to work with here as OGT doing a decent job on defense here, just keeping that time down.
Yeah, not a lot of time, not a lot of map presence to work with here. You haven't really made it past Garden a whole lot of times. We do see a couple players hop on towards that B to pause that time. A is being I cannot talk. Depleted as we go. Last tick rolling in here for the side of Boston Burgers. Able to get that B point secure. Minute extended here. We'll see if they can make a transition over towards A. It doesn't look like we have any players towards mid or towards that right side of the map. So Old Guys Texas, this is going to be a big spot for you here. If you can pick up these kills and clear the map, you'll be good. If you're the side of Boston Burgers, continue to get the kills like you are. Epi is in your spawn and making you pay here. We see a fight coming down on hill. That's going to be huge. Merc able to pick that up, able to get away with his life for just a second. Going to buy some time for his team as they get away. But the side of Boston Burgers is still on A.
I mean, Epi starting out 10-4, right? We're just kind of wreaking havoc in those spawns. Finally does go down right there, but the second tick on the way on this A point. That could be the 5th tick. Looking for the 6th if you're the side of Boston. OGT got to go now as they pick up one right there, but that point is still stacked up. You got to be nice and careful. The A point is going to be gone, and just like that, Boston Boygas going to win the offensive round with all 6 ticks, and they got dangerously close to getting it done on lives as well.
Yeah, I mean, that definitely turned around here. It's the classic Control in Black Ops 6 where we're going to wait till the last second to cap a point. They actually waited until 19 seconds, so good job trying to hop on that 19 seconds quicker than everybody else does. But it seems like teams are just afraid. I feel like players are just afraid to cap points early. They don't want 2 minutes and 15 seconds on the clock. It's probably too much time or something. Some stupid excuse that they're going to pull, but it's exciting as we get to the end there. So Boston Burgers, I mean, it's a good first round. You're able to pick up 6. They got all 6 ticks. They didn't win on lives. Pretty hefty life advantage there. I think they had like 4 or 5. So having a good defense here can really help you guys out. You're down 0-2 in the series. You need to pick up some wins, and this can be that swing mode that we've talked about too.
Yeah, they're trying to push things in right now. We got to watch out. The number 8 player kind of sneaking around the back. That's going to be Uper, and he's got a shooter as well. So Uper has a chance to take out a couple players. He's all the way in the back right now, trying to rotate through those spawns, but some nice kills going the way of Boston as they pick up 4 uncontested kills. You still have Uper behind them, who hasn't pushed up quite yet, waiting for his teammates to get any kind of map control in their favor. It's still nothing going too well, and that player in the back does die. So now OGT have to try to break out well side here. So that's the side they're going to try to opt for. 1 player down, 2nd player should get taken on shortly, but Merc kind of just staying alive right there allows Uper to be a little bit of a distraction as well. And Merc, just being annoying, finally goes down, but allows his teammates to break out a spawn.
Yeah, and OGT have not found really any success going anywhere here. Epi taking some routes towards that fence side, able to get a great flank there and pick up 2, make that 3 as Clicks is the last player alive towards. He's going to jump out of that single window, gonna get a 3-piece of his own here, so he's going to kind of clear some of that field for his team. Last players here towards this plat side here. Clicks trying to make something work here on this B point. 0 ticks rolling through so far. Old Guys Texas with a pretty rough offense here. Boston Burgers are looking to stay strong, but as I say that here, we have players hopping on. Epi, last player to fall there. That's 2 players on here for a stack. Daddy gets a quick spawn towards Tin there as well, so this could be dangerous. Old Guys Texas, first tick coming in now.
Yeah, they get their first tick on the board. They weren't able to get more than 2 players really on at any given time, but I just want to give a quick shout out to Epi, who's 20-8 right now and went on a 9 streak a little bit ago, but Skater with a nice flank, picks up 2, gets that 3rd, 4 total there on that life. But only 1 tick so far for the side of OGTs. They try to get another push going. They pick up 3 kills, basically uncontested there completely. Looking for any more they could possibly get off these respawns. Epke around the back. The 3rd tick's on the way already. The stack is in. It was 17.8 seconds on the clock. They get the full B stack going. They get that time on the board. Now trying to rotate themselves over towards A. They've got the life advantage, so they get 3 more uncontested kills there. Finally, Skater going to shut down 2 players in return. You're going to have Merc on this time, just trying to take it down a little bit. He's the only one left alive for his team. Picks up a nice kill there. Should be able to secure this first pick.
Ooh, yeah, doesn't get the secure there. That kill comes in just in time. Red Storm kind of getting some unlucky timing here. Going to be behind a couple players, able to pick up 1 as the rest of his teammates are able to clear those Boston or the Old Guys Texas squad away. We do see number 8 there, and they're able to make a spot towards Office. Unfortunately, going to lose that gunfight here, kind of lose some of that Office control for his team. But Old Guys Texas 5-5 here, 50 seconds left. This could definitely be a search and destroy round.
This looks like it's going to come down to lives here. There's only 4 remaining for the set of Boston, 5 for OGT. You see OGT kind of hunting a little bit right now, so you go 1 for 1 right there. That's going to put Boston at the disadvantage. Only 3 left alive. Red Storm, though, gets a nice little flank in, picks up 1. He knows where there's another player. Is going to get some nice shots off on that early gunfight. Gets his teammates there to help out. Now going to be a 3v2. Make it a 2v2. Is Lund Puppet going to pick up 1? Merc with 1 as well. Now 1v2. Daddy Joe. Daddy, the man that is the legend, tries to get this done, but Gun Puppet, he's got the gunny. Look at the laser beam out of him. He got the little flick, snap, and a little bit of a gunny there. But, hey, only going to get 4 ticks there, so Boston technically have the advantage when it comes to ticks. So as far as that second defense is concerned, they got 6 ticks, but the side of OGT got to be happy winning an offense there.
I mean, from the way it looked like your offense was going to be pretty bad. You do get that B stack in with, what is it, 17 seconds left. I think I'm going to start taking over-unders on amount of time left on the clock when B is captured. Probably looking at like no more than 30 seconds across the whole map. But so far, these teams doing good on offense, really just playing the time well, playing their lives well. I thought Red Storm there was going to get a huge clutch up there on time. Unfortunately, just got picked up towards that U side and unable to get away there. But Boston Burgers, they had a successful attack the first time here. We get 6 ticks here. You are up in ticks, and so you're just going to kind of try to continue that success that you had the first time. That is 2 kills off rip. Make that 3 kills, 2 coming from the side of Epi, and Red Storm able to pick up that last one. That's 4 players dead. They already have stacks on A. That's going to be 2 ticks down for them as well. B is a much easier zone to capture. We see number 4 there, and Daddy already getting over towards B, getting a stoppage on that clock as well, as his players on A are going to fall, but that's 2 ticks and a lot of time wasted off the clock.
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit tough there if you're the side of OGT. But Boston Burgers, their push coming towards well side. All 4 players stacked up. 1 going to go down. 1 player does sneak through, though. That is going to be Epi. Maybe a chance to make something happen on this A point. Gun Puppet does see his teammate go down. He is going to be watching that doorway, though. Gets a nice kill there. Daddy Joe trying to do something as well over towards B side here. We'll see if something can keep happening from Boston. As the respawns come in, they're going to be on that rock side, so an A push should be coming in here. OGT have to read this one. Looks like most of the players are. Number 7 player in the spawn looking for anything. Just like that, Boston, they're going to lose 2. Going to get a full trade on the map. That's going to be nonstop checkerboard, but Merc is going to close it out, get those last 2, get that last little bit of time off that 3rd tick of A as the Boston Burgers push back out of spawn.
Yeah, I mean, they're doing a good job so far, kind of controlling this map presence, able to pick up those big kills on A and towards B. The side of Boston Burgers are looking to hit towards well here to get towards B. You do have those 2 ticks on A that you got at the start of the round, but since then, you have not found a lot of success. Skater over here going to stop the clock at B, pull some of this pressure from A over towards B. Hopefully, your teammates can pick up some of these transition kills. That's going to be 2 players falling so far. Epi and Daddy able to pick up one respectively there. Epi able to pick up 2 of his own. Daddy here on the point, getting that pause or that clock pause as he's getting shot at here by this player. We do see a contest coming down, but as we see this, some players are on A. We see a 3-stack there. That is going to be the A point coming down as the side of Old Guys Texas are able to clear all of those players up. Epi kind of last alive here towards boat, just trying to play his life and get some info for his teammates so they can get out of spawn.
He is going to get lost there as well. It's going to be big for his team. 26 and 18 right now. Skater going to be 21 and 16. Those two players cooking for their team. But OGT up 5 lives at the moment, looking to bring it down to lives. With a minute left, you got to think there's not going to be enough pushes left. But Boston have had some solid stacks as well, and they've kind of got the spawns flipped at the moment as well. But Boston Burgers going to try to push this one back in here. They're going to pick up 2 kills in their favor. 1 go in the way of OGT. But Daddy Joe and the boys up front here. The stack is in. Stack the point. Word to Jims. You got 3 players on right now. This one's going by as fast as it possibly can. But 2 ticks gone. 3rd one on the way. A lot of kills going in their favor as well. Boston Burgers almost getting it done, but this contest comes in at the last second. Gun Puppet picks up 2. Youper with 1. 4 lives remaining for the side of Boston. The push coming in once again, though. 1 player here by himself. That's going to be Red Storm. Trying to get some team help here to trade these out, but just going to be a 3v8 now on the map. OGT barely holding on with 1 tick left on B, but they have a massive life advantage here.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen miracles happen here on Hasi before with control. We saw Kami with a 1v5 clutch here. Daddy Joe kind of looked and makes this happen towards 10, able to take some shots down, but unfortunately going to fall there as it's left a Skater by himself here in a 1v8. Can this be a CRL miracle? No, it cannot. Side of OGT able to win that defense, going up 2-1 here in match and game point here for this team.
Yeah, I tell you what, this Boston team is really good at their 3 stacks. Whenever they have a chance, they throw 3 bodies on that thing and it just starts flying by. It's always fun to watch. I always say it every time, right? Stack the point word gyms. We've been saying it since day 1. More people on the hill, faster it goes. But also every once in a while, you get a couple less angles covered and a team like OGT can push on in, pick up those kills the way they did and efficiently kind of push you back into your spawn. And when there's not a lot of lives left, unfortunately, that kind of leads to the end of the round. But OGT here, I mean, they're going to be down, what? Going to be down like seven ticks or something like that. So going to be a little bit tough here because they can't have that last round defense. So they got to win it here if they want to make sure they don't get that disadvantage for the last round.
Yeah, I mean, this is a crucial round for your team here. Obviously, if you lose this and you lose the next one, at least you still get to play. If you're the side of Boston Burgers, this is your match on the line here. You need to have a stellar defense, and then you're going to have another defense pretty much after that. If really the only way that you're not getting defense back to back is if you lose this round. So you really just need to make sure you're playing your good Call of Duty here on Hasi control, getting clears when you need to, playing map control, and getting those 3 and 4 down when it's needed here. So really just got to make sure you're playing clinical COD over here towards this B control mainly. This is typically what gets captured first, so you want to make sure to defend that and make sure players can't get lost.
What's going on for the side of OGT? I mean, the spawn kills are coming to us. Daddy Joe picks up 1 before going down, but just delays him in spawn, right? Just a little bit more time off the clock is always going to be massive for the side of Boston. 30 seconds remaining. Really not much time has been touched for the side of OGT. And once again, they go 1 for 1 right there. They do get a 2nd kill there, so that opens things up a little bit. But you still got that number 4 player, Daddy Joe, kind of behind enemy lines. I say that as he gets taken down. Now we're going to see OGT get on some time. They're on A and they're on B at the same time. That's going to be a big problem for the side of Boston. They start to push out towards B. They try to clear that up a little bit, but the A point is going to get that 1st tick. 2nd tick well on the way. 2 players stacked up over there. 2nd tick should be in. We see the drop in, though, as Boston start picking up some kills. 20 seconds left. OGT got to break out of spawn once again. Gun Puppet going to be the first one there. Picks up 1, looking for more. His teammates are going to be around to help out.
Yeah, I mean, this is getting pretty mixy here. We do see a tick eventually come down here on A, but that is going to get cleared off eventually. Daddy Joe doing his job over here towards Garden. We do see 1 player slip in towards B with 5 seconds left here. Clicks is the only person who can even get to a point here. He's going to hop on A, get a little bit of a stoppage. He's going to get spotted here. Boston Burgers are going to secure this defensive round here, and they're probably going to have another one coming right back up, looking for a little bit of a sail here, trying to make this 3-2 and extend the series.
See if they could get it done. Yeah, I mean, Boston, they've put the side of OGT kind of in a box a couple different times. I mean, in map 1 and map 2, right? They have a phenomenal P4 on the map 1, leading into a P1 that started out really well for them, that ended up just kind of breaking down a bit as OGT. They clutched up. They kind of got there. They got rebalanced as a team, clutched up, got it done. And then you look at the S&D as well. They go up 5-3. They end up losing 3 in a row, giving up the map there to OGT as well. So, oh yeah, this is interesting change we got going on here. The scoreboard glitch is getting even worse these days. But we'll see if Matty Ice got a fix for this one. I think he's had this before. But Boston Burgers though gonna be on that defensive side once again. 2 rounds in a row for them on the defensive side. Let's see if OGT brings something different to the table. So far, gonna be some trades back and forth, 2 for 2 on the map. OGT, they've got some players push through though. That number 7 player in position to maybe kind of wreak havoc a little bit on these new fresh spawns. Never mind, Epi took them out.
Yeah, I mean this is the time for OGT. You have players on B so far. You have a little bit of map control. Gun Puppet able to pick up a big kill there, but Daddy Joe respectively is getting something on his other side there, and we do have that scoreboard back. Shio is the W producer. Unfortunately, still had that music on for the longest time though. We'll give him grief for that one, but we do have that scoreboard back here, and we do see Epi. I want to point this out. He just needs 10 more. I need the 50 bomb from him, so regardless if they win or lose. I don't care.
Look at this stack, though, coming from OGT. You almost got all 3 ticks on B site with a lot of time to go. But the counter push coming in from the Boston Burgers. They pick up 2 kills there. Completely uncontested. They get 3 total as clicks. Last one does get 1 before going down, so maybe going to allow his teammates to get pushed up here early as the triple push coming from well as they respawn. But they're just going to get pushed back in as Skater picks up 2, sends them right back to respawn. These players trying to run on out, and Epi with 2 more. 6 off the big 50.
God, it's happening, I promise. He's got 14 lives to deal with. His teammates can take 8 of those kills.
That's big.
Unfortunately, you're not going to be able to get 50 kills if you don't pick up that one. But we'll kind of see what happens here. B, we still got 30 seconds left. If you're the side of OGT, you're really just trying to make something work here. You see a fight. This is a big one towards window here. Able to pick that up. Clicks. Unfortunately, going to get picked up by Epi there on 45, 46. As he continues here, we got 20 seconds left. Epi's got to get in that spawn if he wants to get that 50 bomb. But he's just looking for his team to get the win. Skater's getting those cutoffs towards garden side towards well. We got 10 seconds left. We'll see what can happen.
Yeah, this push coming in once again from OGT, but they're not getting much going. The kills are still coming in favor of Boss. So one player gets onto that A site. That is going to be Merc, just trying to stay alive, just trying to keep it contested. 5 seconds remaining. His teammates starting to get pushed up, though. 15-5 in lives. OGT, not much to work with here. But some kills still coming the way of that. He's 1 off the 50. No. It might be a little difficult. He doesn't get it. Ends at 49 and 26. I mean, what are you going to do?
I mean, we got to move this guy up to gold, right? Like, he's got to go up 2.
Only if we can move you down to silver.
100%. I'll take that. Jim's, get that written in my contract there. But Boston
Write
Burgers,
that down.
Daddy Joe has come out, especially with it being this late in the playoffs. You don't really want to make any mistakes, and mistakes are really punished the most in S&D. When you get nervous, you're going to make those here. We do see 2 subs coming from the side of OGT. They're going to probably get a bit aggressive here towards this ticket side. We do see Gun Puppet up top here. Ability to shoot at some players here. Looks like he's missing just a little bit there as we see a flying turtle, kind of a new evolutionary species here happening on the side of CRL.
And we don't have player 64 or 44 on the map this time. That's always positive. As we're going to see the side of Boston getting this early time on P1. They've got a little bit of map control as well pushed up here. We've got Epi. He's just cooking off 2 kills over there towards Ticket, but Youper going to finally trade him out. But Boston should be able to convert this into some time here going into that P2 as they try to push on through. They're trying to get towards that side of the map, get things locked down here. Is OGT still trying to fight over P1.
I mean, so far, Boston Burgers have kind of done their thing here, able to pick up the points. They're kind of spawning a little bit better side to pick up time on P1. Old Guys Texas, they got about a little bit of the scrap time here. A fight coming down here. Boston Burgers going to pick up that scrap, going to hit that 29 mark as we start to get towards that P2 rotation. And these fights out towards Hedge and towards Stage are huge. Clicks able to pick up a big 2-piece there after being weak. Able to hop on hill, looking for another contestant. Almost gets that kill on Red Storm, but Red Storm able to secure that for his team. But they do have the bad spawns if you're on the side of OGT. I mean, sorry, Boston Burgers. Your OGT spawning good side towards P2. So, side of Boston Burgers, you need to start getting those flips. You need to win those gunfights in the front. You need to push to the front and get those spawns out for your team.
Look at this time going the way of Boston right now. They're up to 40 points already, but OGT finally going to get on that time. Get a second player as well because, you know, stack it up now. You don't want to stack it up in the control. We'll stack it up in the hard point. But the split push coming in from Boston from all angles. Epi picks up 2. Red Storm 1 from the front. One more player there going to be Hedge. Is going to get dealt with pretty quickly here, I imagine. Never mind, Youper just staying alive, just being annoying, right? Is that P3 about to pop up? We see OGT getting that early rotation there. One player is going to make it, but he does get taken down. So you only got that one player left over there. That's going to be Merc trying to stay alive. Picks up 1, looking for more. Gets a second as well, so his teammates should be able to get there and reinforce that point. This could be some big time for the side of OGT as Boston trying to get a push materialized to try to counter this here, but Merc going to pick off one of the first players and just make things annoying.
Yeah, I mean, not able to kind of fight these players through the stairwell. It's a tough gunfight when there's two players there. Daddy Joe and Epi able to kind of make that break in. Boston Burgers are looking to continue their lead here. Been kind of a rough P3 so far from their side. They are going to have that right side spawn, though, towards that P4, so that's looking good for them. And they're picking up the kills in the front here, so able to build some space, build some walls, get some map pressure here. Skaters doing his thing towards the outside of the map, getting some hill time as well. Boston Burgers still looking like a 20-point lead here.
Yeah, Boston looking pretty solid with that rotation coming in over towards that P4 right now. We'll see them have the first player there, but that's really not going to mean much. There's a lot of split players on this map right now. We'll see who can get a little bit more map control early on here. Click's going to kind of take over that point temporarily. We'll see how that goes long term as Daddy Joe trying to get some nice wall bangs there. But some kills going the way of OGT. Maybe going to be an opportunity for them to hold some time down here as Boston coming off respawn, getting a couple big chalice out towards mid. But we're going to see them all stacked up over towards that point as OGT slowly starting to cut them down as two players on the hill need a little bit of help from the outside. But those players are going to go down. Now OGT has to branch back out themselves as Boston starting to pin them back down.
Yeah, and I mean, Boston doing a good job trying to keep this lead up, trying to keep that 20-point advantage here as the side of OGT are on this stage, are kind of ready for this next push here. Epi able to get a nade kill and a kill towards the bottom of time, get some contestation and a kill towards the bottom. That's going to be a big three-piece from his side. Gun Puppet last alive. Unfortunately, going to fall as he tries to get to that zone here. And then Boston Burgers looking like they're going to pick up the rest of the scrap time. Here's the side of OGT. Need a big P5 here. This is going to be a huge momentum swing if they can keep this hill. Kind of a lot of time here. Unfortunately, they do have one player fall. Trade is coming through here on new. We do see a fight coming down here on old with Gun Puppet, able to pick up
1 second
that
left.
whole second. If we come down to a 249, 250, you can thank Gun Puppet for that one. And so far, Old Guys Texas are in control of this new hill. Things are going to get a little bit mixy here as we kind of see some spawns kind of happening everywhere. Players come and ticket, but so far this kill feed is all green.
Yeah, OGT have had basically every single early rotation on this map, but have yet to really hold down a solid one. We'll see if they can do it here on the P5. So far, looking really solid, right? Only going to be down 15 now. They did a pretty decent job on the P3 as well for the early time and keeping it contested. Skater pushes on up, gets that player out of the hill, does lose his life, but no big deal. Just stops the time, right? White time is good time if you're the side of Boston right now. Up by 10. Looking to try to get back on that time there, but OGT get themselves pushed back up, still getting some decent kills, some trades at least at a minimum. Click's just clutching up a double kill right there, flies in to save his teammate's life, gets those nice kills, but the flank comes in from Boston. Only a couple seconds left as we get the full rotational reset here as OGT come out on top of the first rotation.
Yeah, and I mean, they were down by 20 kind of on a couple of those hills, able to fight that back. Really good P5 hold from the side of OGT. Now you just got to work on the rest of the holds. You didn't have a very successful P1. Your P2 was kind of mixy. You had spawns for a while, then you lost them. And every hill after that was kind of just a trade back and forth, but no one ever really getting more than that 20-point lead from the side of Boston Burgers. So, so far, Boston Burgers doing exactly what they did the first time, just soaking up time here as the rest of the players are getting killed around that hill. So, OGT able to come in with a successful break. You're able to pick up 4 kills without losing a single member of your team. Merc able to do his thing towards the outer hedges as well, picking up those kills. So this is huge for the side of OGT. If you can pick up this time, you are swinging that lead as well with 20 kills from P1. If you can pick up this time and push towards that top side of the map like they are doing, like Merc is, you'll start to get those beneficial spawns towards that P3 rotation and be able to get this P2 trap. That's going to be the key to success for OGT kind of here on this stretch.
See if they can make it happen here. Boston Burgers do fight back on that P1 just to get it contested at the very end there. They want to give up all the rest of that last 10 seconds or so as they've got the rotation obviously as well. They're on that new point. They've got somewhat close spawns. They're going to be spawning center stage right now, exactly where you want to be in the middle of the open. But the OGT push coming from multiple different angles here. Going to be some trades back and forth overall. OGT, though, are going to be 2-2 on those. So looking for one more as Redstorm finally does die in that point. But a couple players from OGT crossing the middle of the map, going to get pieced up here by Daddy Joe, who's an absolute... No, never mind. Does not get that last one. Still a dog. But still, Boston do end up picking up 3 out of those 4 players there, though. So are going to put down that initial push. Another push coming from OGT here across the middle of the map, which Boston loves it when they cross that open space. Allows their ARs to rip people to shreds. But they do that back spawn now, so you got to watch out for that.
Yeah, I mean, normally he's a German Shepherd, maybe a little bit of like a Shih Tzu there. just kind of tickling people towards the middle of the map and daddy. But looking to bounce back here as the side of Boston Burgers do have some of this rotation towards new. They're going to be met with the side of OGT towards middle. These fights through the middle are huge. Red Storm able to pick up a big one, is going to get traded out, but Daddy Joe's going to have a fight here on his hands unless his teammates in Epi, like always, are going to come huge with these kills. Epi looking to get aggressive towards that hill, pick up that player towards towards staircase, excuse me. Clicks and Juper able to pick up 2 on their own. Old Guys Texas are down by about 45 here, but this is the hill to make it up as they have control off rip. Gun Puppet here patrolling these stairs, making sure nobody's running on those stairs and getting through the hill. Unfortunately, he's going to die there, but Clicks is the protector of the zone here.
Juper cooking on that outside as well, doing a great job just holding down that outside lane for his team, at least getting a lot of damage down on these players, just making them, like, pushing him back. He finally does go down there, but allows his team to get a lot of free time for the most part. But Boston now pushing in. They've got the numbers. They're going to push on in here. 1 for 1 on that one initially, but Epi does clean up that last player. Oh, should be able to get Juper as well, but Juper just staying alive, picks up the last 5 seconds or so as a rotation at new is going to be in. Boston going to be the first ones there, but they're already fighting Merc as well for that control. Once again, all these players from Boston, though, are going to be stuck down by stage. Not exactly where they want to be. They're going to be able to get free wall bang here. But once again, OGT committing all 4 players to it, though. So Boston should have that outside control now. Should be able to start picking some players up.
Yeah, Boston with that early rotation, unfortunately going to lose those first 2 gunfights, like you said. That is not beneficial here. And the same thing kind of happened for the side of Boston Burgers. You're able to pick up those first 2, make that first 3, make that all 4, as the side of OGT are going to be spawning towards that ambulance side, that bus side, towards that P3. And it's going to be pretty hard to fight here. Epi, you were able to pick up another big 2. Daddy able to pick up that trade as we still kind of see a mixy P4 here. Boston Burgers first across that 200-point line, but the score line is close. It's a 15-second lead here. OGT gets that break in with 15 seconds left. This could be an even game as we kind of head into this P5. Last time we saw this, OGT were wildly successful here on this one, but so far Boston Burgers had the early rotation and early setup as that hill pops.
Yeah, I mean, they had a phenomenal time over at that P5. P4, sorry. But got themselves... I'm mixing up my hard point numbers, but that's fine. That'll happen. I've only been casting this game for how long now? But Merc, they're going to get 2 kills to break things open. Last time around, OGT got basically, like, what, 40, 45 seconds on this hill. We'll see if they can do that again. As we're going to see a quick little flank coming in from Lund Puppet. He picks up 1, picks up 2. Might be a W Puppet from that one, but you got to watch out for Red Storm. Does get taken down as well. OGT back on this time, but Daddy Joe on a quick little flank does get taken down as OGT keep clutching up these gunfights last second to keep themselves alive. But one more player here, that's going to be Epi. Juper gets that, just trying to keep this one contested, make sure no one gets on it unless it's his team.
Yeah, and this is how this hill goes. If no team can get control, it's going to be kind of this back and forth fighting situation. OGT able to pick up sometime here. Epi finally able to pick up that kill, but we do kind of just see a back and forth checkerboarded pattern here in this kill feed. This is going to be a rotation towards P1. It's looking like the side of Boston Burgers are kind of win this. We do see some hedge control coming out of number 4. It's going to elect to go stage. Epi able to pick up that hedge control as well. This could be another successful Boston Burgers P1, and based on the amount of time they've been getting on P1, they definitely could win it here. OGT we've seen 1 successful break, not many successful holds here on P1, so this is going to be very important for them to get towards this hedge side. Red Storm and Epi able to pick up 2, Daddy Joe able to pick up that 3rd, and Red Storm able to pick up that 4th as players are spawning towards Esky. You have 20 seconds for the win if you're the side of Boston Burgers. Old God Texas, you need to make something work here on this break.
This is probably going to be your last potential push here. Skater going to open up with the first kill, does get traded out. Daddy Joe, though, at an angle, maybe going to be able to do something. Some more players going down on the side of Boston. They do get their trades going with them, though. It's Epi. It just absolutely cooking things off in that point. Getting aggressive now. Does get taken down, though. Not going to be able to get a trade himself there. Red Storm picks up 1 with the pistol. His teammates pushing in to help out. The reinforcements are here for both sides, but OGT come out on top of that. 9 more seconds, and Boston can take the map, but OGT fighting back once again. Up to that 230-point mark. They are going to be the first ones to that new hill. Have to be careful, though, because there's going to be a little bit of a split coming in from Boston.
Yeah, Boston able to pick up the first kill. Merc kind of coming with an immediate trade. Red Storm playing here in the back. I believe we have a cruise coming in from the side of Boston Burgers. Epi able to pick up that kill. Who else but Epi able to pick up a Hellstorm kill there? Fights are coming down here on hill. It's going to get pretty mixy here towards the end. We need 9 for the win on Boston Burgers. Old God Texas, you need 17. Either one have the potential to win here. It's just going to be who can win their big gunfights. Epi able to pick up 2. Not able to pick up that 3rd. As Uper's able to pick up on that hill here as we're about... Still 14 seconds from the side of OGT, and Boston Burgers still need that 8 seconds. Haven't been able to get a lot of non-contested time.
Ooh, they're going to be spawning a little too far away right there as Boston Burger should be able to close this one out here. 250 to 236. Yeah, just barely doesn't get back in, and 250, 236 in favor of Boston as Epi was kind of popping off there for a little bit, just kind of making things really annoying for the side of OGT. And Epi, I think, once again, just dropped like 42 kills or something like that.
It's not 50. You're not getting a shout out from me. Only 41 from Epi there. 44. Can't be allowing people to do this against your team. I know you're just thrown into this, but you're supposed to be. You got to be the leader. You're the seasoned vet. Granted, probably not the most winningest vet percentage-wise, maybe.
Most winning by total wins, though.
Total wins, yeah, total wins percentage, maybe not great. But we take the higher percentage anyway. Boston Burgers able to take a unique route there through mid to be able to get B site. They do have that player control here as Gun Puppet is the only player down. OGT looking for a 3v4 retake.
Yeah, 3v4 retake coming in, but unfortunately going to be a little bit difficult. The Skater picks up one. Daddy Joe is just going to get some more damage off as well, but Kicks, though, kind of pushes in, does get one. Nothing too crazy there. Merc going to clean up another. So now it's going to do a 1v2. Maybe a chance to make something happen. Epi gets damaged pretty hard right there. Got to be careful. Does have the frag in the back pocket. Got to think that's probably going to come in here momentarily. But he's going to have to push. 7.5 second defuse is going to be quite the problem here. And just like that, not going to have enough time to defuse anymore. His Boston will win this round no matter what. But maybe Merc can get another kill or two as he's chasing down Epi. Unfortunately, not going to be able to do that. Is just kind of spinning in circles, dies to the bomb, and just like that, Epi, 3 kills on the round. Boston Burgers, they kick things off by just hitting that out very fast from that top side of mid, getting on that bomb site, getting Gun Puppet taken down, getting the bomb down immediately, and just putting the time in their side, right?
Yeah, and I mean, if you're Epi, they don't even need to be near a player to get a kill. I mean, when things are working for you, they just die. I just literally, yeah. You get the kill on B bomb. It just like, man, I wish that player wasn't alive. Wish I was on a 3 streak. That's exactly what happens. 3 streak, bomb down. Playing for Epi, they got to be getting close to streaks there as well. OGT looking to have a comeback round of their own on the attacking side. It's going to be a 2-2 split from the side of Boston Burgers. Old Guys Texas is a 4-hit towards this B side here. It is Epi towards the site. You got to get in here quick. You got to get that kill, and that's exactly what Merc does. He's been stepping up for their team here. Clicks and Gun Puppet respectively also able to pick up some kills. Skater going to be last alive here in a 1v4. Just go hop the bomb, get a ninja defuse here, but 2 kills. I mean, it's working. We can see something developing here.
Yeah, 1v2 here. Skater definitely picking things up from the start of this year. We talked about it earlier. Had a little bit of a rough start, but now in these last 3 maps has been pivotal in the change for this team. But takes 7.5 seconds for that defuse. That time is taken down. Has to try to hit a quick little flank here. Is going to run into a player. Does get taken down, and just like that, OGT, for the most part, a pretty clean offensive round coming out of them as well. Got a little rough there towards the middle of the round after they got themselves a massive lead as far as getting 2 kills on the board without really any trades. But people made things interesting towards the end there. And Youper, he's going to clean up that last one. No big deal there. There's a side of Boston Burgers. Not going to win that round. That was OGT. I don't know why it popped up as Boston, but still, you know how it is. Part of the fun.
I mean, it's what happens. Yeah, there's really not much you can do there, but I almost saw an amazing clutch. It would have been great to see, but unfortunately, not gonna happen. I expect nothing less than just kind of a back and forth game here. So far, the offensive side has been what has prevailed, so we'll see if that continues to be a pattern here. On this side, the side of Old Guys Texas, they saw that B push through mid, and they put 3 players there, 1 player through garage here. Epi last alive. If there's one person you want to do it, it's them. And there were actually 2 players left. I don't know what's going on here in the map. I clearly can't see. But Redstorm here with a technical 1v3, if they get this done, are able to get away with their life with some info here. Spots that player towards log, but Merc is able to pick up that kill. Old Guys Texas kind of flipping the switch here, able to get a defensive round.
Hey, 2 big rounds in a row, right? That defensive round that just came in was very much so in their favor. Looking great there. Shout out to Merc in this last kill right here. Nice and clean with it. Redstorm's trying to catch him right there, but unfortunately not going to work out. Shout out to Merc. But nice little 2-1 lead. Feeling a little bit more comfortable, right? They had a little bit of a rough time in the first S&D as far as those early rounds were concerned, right? They only won, I think they won their first defense, and then they lost like 3 rounds in a row, right? It could be a little rough when that's going down. You get yourself in a sticky situation, but they were able to get out of it before. And this time around, they're starting themselves up 2-1, so a little bit more comfortable here. But you got to watch out because the side of Boston Boygas are here and ready to strike back as they've tied this series back up 2-2, ready to try to fight this one out. As Boston Burgers get the first blood, Red Storm picking off clicks.
And that bomb going down, that is crucial there. Red Storm able to spot the player on bomb. Obviously, everyone's going to know it's going down here. Red Storm's not aware of this player, Tin, I don't believe. Doesn't think anybody has crossed. We're going to see some movement here. Red Storm able to pick up this player, but not able to pick up the kill as Merc just kind of does a little bit of a turnaround there. We do see some players getting spotted over here towards this garden side as well. Epi able to pick up one, taking this into a 1v3 here. 2 AR players, I believe, on the side of Old Guys, Texas. So we're going to be seeing routes taken here. Epi taking an impossible gunfight on that heady, and unfortunately is going to fall there. Old Guys, Texas, that's 3 in a row. This is what you want to do, but you just need to make sure you're not pulling a reverse Boston Burgers here on map number 2.
Yeah, that'd be tough. But OGT just doing a really good job here, making sure those comms are flying between each other. And you could really see the reinforcements showing up on the map. The help is always there. You're getting some really solid trades on the map, but also just in general, some people just playing their life, letting their teammate kind of push things out with that sub, making sure they clean up those kills for him. And some obviously just insane individual gunfights. Shout out Merc on the back porch, just, doing his thing, winning that 1v1 back there. But we're going to see the Boston Burgers back on the offensive side here, taking this bomb pretty quickly towards the out inside of the map here, but towards that A side of the map, just kind of feel things out, try to find any pressure they can. Epi, trying to find something as Youper going to be alone at this A side. I take that back because there is a player that is Merc. I don't know how I didn't see Merc, but just like that, 3v4 in favor of OGT.
I mean, this is not what you're wanting to see from the side of Boston Burgers. You're kind of key factor, X factor player so far is down. You're gonna have to clutch a 3v4 here. This is where you gotta believe in your teammates. Your bomb is going B. No one has been spotted getting towards B, so bomb should be free. Daddy Joe is playing cutoff here. He's not able to spot any players so far. Those players are going free. I believe Merc saw him though as well, so it's gonna be a 2v4 for the side of Boston Burgers. They're both on site. They just gotta win their gunfights here quick.
Gonna be a 2v3 now. Bomb down in favor of Boston, but these two players, Red Storm and Skater, have to try to clutch up, and now it's gonna be a 1v3. Clicks takes down both. That bomb will get defused, no problem. Plenty of time as OGT put another one on the board, winning 4 in a row as they go up 4-1 over the Boston Burgers in this map 5.
I mean, this is I'm sniffing a reverse map 2. OGT go up. We get a 4-1. Boston Burgers win the next one. Go up 4-2. We see a 5. I think it was 4-3, and then we saw a 5-3. I'm not really sure, but
no, it's 4-2. It was 4-2 because it went 5-2, then 5-3. Because it was hard 5-3.
You're right. Yeah,
it was hard 5-3.
So I think I feel like we got to see it, right? I mean,
that would be poetic here. It really would be poetic, though. It really would.
It'd be great. I need a round 11 here from these teams. We do see a B hit coming down here. Daddy Joe
up for the championship. This can't happen right now. Daddy Joe though,
he gets a
pressure pushing in. Oh, he gets that first kill. Skater helps out with the second.
Gets kills well, yes. I mean, we don't need. There's nothing to say there. People die. People
boys are getting pieced up right there, man.
I mean.
Boys for kidding. Absolutely Boston, but Boston with a nice clean defense right there. They just show up for the pressure that pushes into them. They get the kills they need. The Daddy Joe getting that last kill on the map right there. But I mean, shout out to the Boston Burgers. They showed up to play on that round. Had a little bit of tough time in previous defenses, but this time around they felt that pressure out. They had the numbers there to counter, and they did exactly that. I mean, being able to use those headies to your advantage over on the B bomb site helps out quite a bit.
Yeah, I mean the side of Boston Burgers heard they heard the word gun puppet in Chumpionship, and they were like, we can't let this happen. We got to win this round. I mean they're looking they need to win this one too. They kind of feel the pressure coming in. I mean the worst thing you can have is somebody posting in Gen Chat all the time, and they get another championship. Gun puppet able to pick up another kill there towards middle, trying to put some respect on his name. As Youper able to pick up one, Red Storm and Epi able to trade that out as well. Youper going to be left in a 1v2 here. Can he get this to 5-2 for his team, or are they going to fall down to 5-3? We see this bomb getting rotated towards B. He could catch some great timing here, but is going to choose the wrong bomb site. He's going to know that B hits here in a minute here, but where are those players playing that post plant? That's going to be what he needs to find out.
Yeah, Uper. He's got an AR and a sub, so he's got the option to switch this one in. Does spot that first player up, but Epi spots him back as well. And Red Storm and Epi are quite the duo, not the people you want to have to push into this with. Did they have a trophy down over there? I didn't think I saw one. So maybe a chance for Uper to play off his stun and his nade. The push this slowly is going to get spotted out once again. Oh, the chow out though. I mean, Epi looked like he wanted a little bit of the mixy action there. But look at these players trying to bait out these shots right now. As Epi picks up that kill, wins around for his team. They're just kind of playing around right there a little bit, just playing with their food as you go 4-3. Boston bringing it back.
It's not the 5-3 I expected, but we're getting there. If we see another one here, it's going to be a good one. But from the side of Boston Burgers, you need to just keep riding this high. That's 2 wins in a row, 2 round wins in a row. That is here, taking this from a 4-1 to a 4-3. You need to keep this up here. You have a defense. You need to just have a good one here. You need to pick a bomb site. You need to hold it. OGT has taken this A almost every single time. They've tried to B hit, but it wasn't successful for them. So we'll kind of see if they go back to this bread and butter A. If you're side of Boston Burgers, you need to have some sort of protection here for your team. You need to get this trade. You need to make sure that bomb doesn't go down immediately and kind of cut that time in half. And Raise, I say that bomb immediately down. We're going to see a 4v4 fight here. Make that a 3v4 this side of OGT with bomb down. Red Storm looking to make another one here. Unfortunately, going to fall towards top plat. So it's a retake 3v3. Daddy Joe getting that team kill on Epi with the RC car. That's kind of why we see people not running that anymore.
Yeah, it's unfortunate to happen there, but Daddy Joe has maybe an opportunity to make a play. Now going to be a 1v2 here, so he's going to get one. His teammate is going to get traded as well. But trying to make a push here. As he's got a player shooting him in the back, he tries to push forward to get that kill on player fence there, but OGT now going to get themselves up 5-3 with a nice offensive round win there.
There it is.
Shout out to Mertz.
5-3.
Not a hard 5-3, but it is a 5-3 regardless.
I don't know what to say about the hard 5-3.
A 5-3 is a 5-3, and the curse is real. It is active. We saw it happen in map 2. We'll see if it can happen again here. If Epi can just stop dying all the time, whether it's his teammates or just getting randomly absolutely destroyed by a grenade, we'll see if it can happen. Is Epi 8-5 right now, looking to hop back off for the boys. Need to win 3 in a row here to take this one, to win the championship. Otherwise, OGT will take it. And Lun Puppet, the GOAT of the Rec League right now in the bronze division, he's going to get that opening first blood first team. Going to make it a 2v4 advantage. We'll see. Oh, it's a semifinal, not a final, so I'm just absolutely trolling. But still, you know, it's still big, still big.
Yeah, I mean, you got to win the semifinal to make it to chumps, so I know these brackets are a little messed up. Oh, boy, Gun Puppet, they're not able to pick up a kill. Who else than Epi able to pick up that kill? This is a 2v2 now. Was a technical 2v3 for these two players, Daddy Joe and Epi. Daddy Joe is really needed to be making that stuff for his team. He was the player responsible for just ending Epi last time. Merc able to pick up that kill on that bomb planter. Epi kind of left alive here. Not really sure where this player went. He's going to check that close corner, going to get that kill. This last player is towards that secret window side. Epi has no idea where he's at. We'll start seeing some gunfights developing here as we're going to see some players spot him towards that window. And Epi is taking the gunfight of his life there with a sub. He's down to 5 health there. He's going to get that bomb down. We're going to see if this player kind of rechalls. He's just kind of waiting his time. Bomb's going to get down. Epi's going to get out of there. And how does he play this retake here? This is what's going to matter.
Epi to keep his team alive in the playoffs. Because it's only the semifinals, not the championship, like I said it was. But Uper, 1v1, just running around the map right now. Might get a spot on Epi if he keeps peeking right here. Epi, he's got the spidey senses and tingle. He's only got 54 HP in a dream. Uper trying to push him in here. Love to see this from Uper. Try to get aggressive. 9 HP out of Epi. Has to try to stay alive, but Uper gets it done with a pistol. He's going to defuse that bomb, and he's going to send Lun Puppet all the way to the final. Hey, defuse the bomb. All right. Hey, that's it. I'm getting scared over here. But he's going to get it no problem. That's going to be a 6-3 victory for OGTs. They win the series 3-2, and they send Lun Puppet to the championship.
I mean,
make fun of him, though.
it might be time. Might be time if he gets another one. He might have to join those big